Thank you very much for joining me for a video review of my loot from Salute 2017. So, Salute is the largest game show in this soggy little island that I live on, this Atlantic archipelago, and it is in London and it's held at the end of April. Big old game show held at the Excel Centre in Enfield in London. So we zoomed on down today, me and Dragon Master, got a load of stuff, and I thought I'd show you what I picked up. Of course, lots of this is then going to follow on with some video reviews on the channel, looking at this in more detail. It was a little bit random, all the stuff that we got. There is no spoon. And it firmly fits into the category of alternative resin miniatures. So yeah, there's lots of weird stuff. There's probably a load of junk as well. I also bought myself a few new miniature cases, so let's get stuck into it. So what's first? Right, let's start with these guys. You can see I've been to Salute because I've got my little sort of sticky thing, my little stamp on. But believe me, that says Salute. Either that or I've not showered for the last week. So first up is, well, a groovy piece of conversion kit from a company called Zinj Industries. These guys. Zinj kind of like an aftermarket company. They make lots of cool groovy bits to scale with 40k stuff. What I bought was these, and I bought not one, but two sets. Now, let me show you these. So these may look familiar. They may look very familiar to people who are familiar with boarding marines, and these are a generic boarding shield for 40k style marine models, and they're really beautiful actually. They're fantastic. I mean, I had a look at quite a lot of the Zinj stuff while I was there. Their casting quality is absolutely spot on, and the design of these is also absolutely spot on. And these are very faithfully styled for breacher marines. And as I'll show you tomorrow, when I do my video of all the photos I took at Salute, of all the different trades and interesting stuff, these have been engineered to nicely fit the plastic space marines you get with Calth and Prospero and other 40k models. But yeah, so you get 5 for £5, so they're £1 per shield. It was a bit of an impulse buy. I wasn't looking to buy these, but they were just so nice. And also, our old pals over at Forgy World don't actually make anything like this that you can just buy, and particularly at such a crackingly good price of £5. Well, £10 for 10. I don't know what Forgy World would charge for this, probably at least £12, maybe more than the rest of it. But yeah, very nice and absolutely perfectly turned out. So first thing is boarding shields for 40k, yeah, from Zinj Industries. So very nice. Yeah, maybe just do a little camera droppage. Let me get that out of the way. What's next? So, okay, right. So next up is, this is a bit of a blast from the past. Now, if you've never played it before, there is a game from way back called Mutant Chronicles, and back in the day, there were a load of white metal models that were done for it. The range was always a bit incomplete at the time. However, our friends over at Prodos Games, there you go, Prodos Games. Prodos Games make the Aliens vs Predator: The Hunt Begins game. It seems like they bought up the license and they're now making a new range of miniatures. And these guys, and there's several factions to this game. It's like a sci-fi fantasy game. It's, you know, there's demons and other stuff in it, and these guys are actually they're called Capital Martian Banshee Linebreakers. These are actually kind of like the Space USA, but these guys are a bit like scary terror troops, and they've done this fantastic job of giving these guys these really scary faces. And I saw them, and they're supposed to have jetpacks, but I thought these could be something crazy and weird in the militia list. Also though, for 5 resin models, 5 multi-part resin models, as you see, with bases, that cost £11. There you go, £11. So be interesting to see what the quality's like on these guys. But yeah, on the face of it, they look great and nice design. There was loads of these, and I picked up a catalogue, and they'd pretty much done the whole range from the original Mutant Chronicles Warzone game. So it's great to see that back. And the Prodos take on this old game is actually really good, and I love the imagery that they've projected on. Let's have a look in the goodie bag. So everyone who pays for a ticket at Salute gets a goodie bag. This is probably going to look desperately bad on camera, but let's empty it out and see what was in there. Stuff in a bag. another bag to add to the already enormous collection. Right, so what do we get? We get the Salute miniature, oops, which is kind of trying to escape from its clamshell pack. So the theme of Salute this year seems to be World War II, Soviet Union, and this miniature is by Warlord Games. And oh look, 15% off your next online purchase. Nice. I think I'll be using that for a little bit of Gates of Antares. Let's have a look. So this is, the ticket price is £12 purchased online. So this is kind of part of your ticket price. But what we have is, so this is, I guess this is kind of like aimed at the bolt action game. We have this female Soviet soldier carrying the red banner, the red flag, and a diorama-based Salute 2017. And that she's going to kind of like go somewhere, needs a little bit of trimming up, but yeah, somewhere like so. So yeah, that's not bad. Handsome miniature and 15% off, that's yeah, excellent. Right, so that's an event miniature. And then we've got a dice. So this is white dice. Oh, okay, sticking with the Soviet theme again, we've got instead of a 6, we've got a red star. So let's see what we get. 3. No red star this time. We get there's a bit of a wall, there's a bit of get a coaster or a beer mat perhaps. Whatever beverage you choose to place on it. A few flyers and another miniature. So this is, who's this? Legendary Captain Nimue or Naimui. I don't know, perhaps you can correct my pronunciation. What's this for? Wild West Exodus. And who does this? War Cradle Studios, new one. Is this plastic? High skilled with a blade and trident. So this is some sort of fancy miniature. Let's have a quick look. So I'm not going to do a separate review on this one. I'll be doing separate product and unboxing reviews on the other guys, but these event miniatures we'll just have a quick cheeky look at. So a plastic sprue based model. Looks very, yeah, looks really nice. And yeah, multi-part plastic model. Got some nicely detailed parts. And this is by Wayland Games Limited. Interesting. I didn't know Wayland had their own games. Made in the People's Republic of China. I suspect there's a lot of outsourcing of this sort of production going on at the moment over that corner of the globe. You get a base, so this is kind of like smashing the camera and dropping it. Come on, focus. There you go. So this is like a plinth style base. Yeah, very nice. So this is sort of like it has a presentational model, and then we get a stat card. She's armed with a rotary harpette, the Trishula of Triton, and an energized scimitar. And special rules. These remind me of character cards for War Machine, very similar style. I have no idea how any of that works, but not bad actually that you get all that in a little packet. So that is Legendary Captain Nimue. Well, I can't pronounce that name. You'll have to tell me in the comments. I've made a complete hash of trying to pronounce that. I do apologise. So that is the next thing. Right, what would you like next? Oh gosh, making a terrible mess here. Little something cute. This is a freebie. This was oh yeah, Ground Zero Games. So they make Full Thrust and other stuff. They just had like a little box of take your own freebie miniature. So it's a little 50mm dude. Looks like he's from the new Swabian League. Not sure though. Been ages since I played Dirt Side or Stargrunt or any of those games. So yeah, that's neat. Right, I bought some counters, and these are actually from Spectre. So Spectre specialise in doing very, very fine detail and quality ultra-modern miniatures. So things like special operators from Afghanistan and a lot of sort of like ultra-modern special forces. But they also do a series of counters. Now I bought these to be using 40k actually in the hexagonal, and they've got these explosion symbols on. And I bought these for pinned markers for use in 40k, and playing Horus Heresy is a fair few pinning weapons. So I've got some little counters like that. And then I also got these ones as well, which which is a blurry mess. Oop. Stunned. Oh wait, oh no, I think we might be using these for pinned. Yeah, actually, I'm going to use these for pinning markers and these ones to mark a squad that needs to take a morale check, so we don't forget, because when you're playing games, sometimes you forget to take a morale check. They're really nice though. There's about 10 different types of these, and they were, how should they cost? They were £2 for 10, so not bad, pretty cheap actually. Those. Right, what's next? Oh, right, this is my surprise novelty find. Well, actually, no, I like my Martian Banshees, but this is another surprise novelty find, and this is called Crazy Ivan, and it is by Blight Wheel Miniatures, I think they're called. Now, I saw this and I had to have him straight away because, well, I've seen this guy in a very well-known art book to do with the Horus Heresy, and yeah, he's just screaming Mechanicum. He's got a bit of a doofusy backpack. I don't know how accurate this is to the artwork. It is pretty clunky, but I don't know. Let's have a look. How's it go? It goes a bit like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll stick it on him. But it's quite novel, isn't it? And it's got some vents that are going to stick out and gush some smoke around. And we've got a little there we go. We've got a couple of little grabby handy things, and another vent. So yeah, this is Crazy Ivan by Blight Miniatures. Sorry, Blight Wheel Miniatures. So I'll probably do a bit more of a review on him. But yeah, so he's going to join the Mechanicum force. I'm going to find out what the name of this art this is based on. I might actually buy a machinator array from someone like Anvil to put on the back of him. But yeah, I just love this miniature. Really cool. Yeah. There's another one called Crazy Dimitri, and Crazy Dimitri was the same sort of torso and model, but on a set of spider legs. Yeah, just for extra mechanicumness. So yeah, that was a surprise find. How much was that? It wasn't cheap. That was £10 that, but you know, it's a single resin miniature. There's no base, but it's very nicely cast. So yeah, I'm happy with that. £10. What should we do next? Well, let's leave this box to last. In the background, and I'm going to have to do a review of this separately, is I bought myself another Kaiser 3 case from KR Multicase. This is actually Kaiser 3 outer shell with 2 custom foam boxes, and they actually did me a deal. I got it for £80, which is actually pretty darn good. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that. And I've already got a Kaiser 3 and 1 extra box, so I've now got 2 full Kaiser 3s. And I need this because I just keep buying so many more models to transport my Heresy armies around. So yeah, so I bought that. Let's finish up with the final thing, which is what's in this big box. Just grabbed a random knife out the kitchen cabinet. So what have we got here? So you may remember that I've been saying I've been looking for a resin sci-fi tank to review, and here we have it. And this is, get the box out of the way. Nice box though. There you go. This is the Algarin AI Liberator Plasma Destroyer. So this is a tank from Beyond the Gates of Antares. Now this is a limited run as a resin tank with metal components, and it's eventually going to, well, they're going to do this limited run, and then it's going to be replaced by a plastic model. I wanted this resin kit because, well, I like resin vehicles. They're better detailed, and I've actually got quite a sizable Algarin force for Beyond the Gates of Antares, which I've not built yet. Well, I've part built. I built a little bit of it. We've played a little bit of Beyond the Gates of Antares. I saw this and I've been waiting for this to come out for ages, so yeah, I had to have that. And also, that's going to be a good one to review, to see what Warlord Games' resin vehicles like. And they were doing a deal on it, so as well as the tank itself, you got 2 sets of weapon sets. So this has got special weapons on it, so I think this has got a compression cannon and a fractal cannon, and then I think this is some sort of mag repeater or something for the hull, like an alternate hull weapon. And then the second weapons shell, which is additional mag weapons. So there's a mag cannon and a couple of other guns in this. What I'm going to do is I'll magnetize all these weapons to go on the Liberator. I quite fancied that, as that's like a main battle tank for the Algarin force. Yeah, I was really excited to get that. That's my loot from Salute. And as you will see, there's no Forge World because, well, I get to go to Forge World, or get to go to Warhammer World quite a lot anyway. So going to Salute is a chance to look at lots of the products of all these other independent manufacturers. And as I've been doing through a series of videos over the course of the channel, is looking at alternative resin manufacturers. And what we've got here is we've got Zinj, we've got Prodos, we've got Warlord Games, and then we've got this peculiar little chap from Blight Wheel Miniatures as well. So a whole host of new resin miniatures to look at and just see what the quality is like, what's the sculpting like, just evaluate those. There is my loot from Salute. I will be putting up another video over the next couple of days, which will be like a slideshow and other odds and ends of all the photos that I took at Salute of traders, miniatures, display games. I mean, there was an enormous Horus Heresy game put on by Warlords themselves, South London Warlords, which is an absolutely awesome looking game. So I'll be doing a video where I go through these pictures that I've taken and just give a bit of commentary around it as well. So do watch out for that video. Hope you've enjoyed this little haul from the biggest UK game show. Thank you very much for watching. I'll speak to you next time, and goodbye.